Oh, baby.
Oh my God, and folkettes. Welcome to Husker Hype Radio episode 21. I'm Eddie Rosenthal alongside my co-host, Aaron Worsfold. And Aaron, let's get right into it, pal. Nebraska beats Louisiana Tech 28-14 in Lincoln, Nebraska. I mean, there was a weather delay that made some things happen. You were there. Give me your experience live in Lincoln. We always love to hear these.
Live in Lincoln, the weekly report. The vibes were high. The city was buzzing. It didn't have the first week feel. Obviously, it wasn't a night game. It was the second game of the year. The rain delay really fucked it. Everybody left when the rain delay hit, and then
But not you, not a true
not me.
fan.
No, not me.
You.
In fact, I got this bell, Ed. Someone gave me this bell. And me, your brother, Jimmy, T. Sid, and some other folks, we were ringing it the whole hour of the rain delay. And the security guard comes up to us. He goes, "Hey, here's the rule book. No noisemakers. You're gonna put that away." Or he's like, "Give it to me." I was like, "Well, can we just keep it and put it away?" And I want to keep it. He's like, "All right, fine. But if I got to come back up here, you're getting kicked out." And I was like, "All right."
Buddy pulled out the rule book in front of you.
He literally had he had the
book.
fucking rule book, bro.
Right. Rule number 15B, section 7A. No noisemakers allowed on the premises.
Literally. And then
all right,
another group of fans was like in the section adjacent to us. And when the game resumed, they had a bell. And I was looking over there and I was doing one of these. I was like, "Security, come. Hey, rules for thee. What's going on?" But yeah, it was fun.
Not for thee.
Yeah, whatever. It was fun. And then we came back to Omaha, went to Brownies, local watering hole, and just that was about it.
All right, so I think you boys got a little festive as well. I see you cut up the shirt, made it into a cutoff. Probably two of the sexiest guys in Lincoln, Nebraska, wearing bleed red shit cord t-shirts. Yeah. Cut them off. How many compliments did you get? I mean, is the bleed red shit corn? Is it finally making its way in through Memorial Stadium? The word, the hype.
I mean, people are going to the games wearing this shirt more and more every week, and I think that's a W. And every time you see somebody, they're like, "Oh, I like your shirt. Where do I get one of those?" And I'm like, Husker Hype Radio. So that's another follow-up teaser is that we got to get these on a fucking website and just start slinging these things because these are hot.
They're hot.
They are. And
they're hot, dude.
It would also be ideal to like set up with like you mentioned this before, like a quick like pop-up shop, or something to the effect of like just having 20 t-shirts out on the corner of the street and be like, "Hey, bleed red shit corn, $20."
Yeah. I mean, maybe you could find a tailgate spot with the Civic and get that going somehow. But you know what? These puppies are going to sell, folks. Go ahead, DM us, claim yours because they're hot off the press, baby. These things are pumping. And I mean, I've sold 20 shirts here in the state of California alone. I got DMs, I got people wanting these shirts, so get yours.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, get into the game here really, really just quick, and then we'll go ahead and preview Michigan, Nebraska, the number 2 team in the nation against, in my heart, the number 1 team in the nation. Heinrich started the game, didn't finish out the game, however. I guess he had something flare up during the lightning delay. So Chubba came in and, just the last 7 minutes, just kind of more game management other than anything. No big plays, just running out the clock almost. But Heinrich 8 for 17, 117 yards with 1 touchdown, 19 carries on the day, 157 rushing yards and 1 touchdown there. 1 got called back as well. So I mean, not bad. Heinrich almost a 200-yard day. If that other touchdown hadn't get called back, he would have had 200 yards. I mean, what do you think about Heinrich's play this game, Aaron?
He rushes like a dog. We talk about it every week. Another thing last week, because it was the first week he played, really. We talked about it last week. It's the 8 for 17. It's the 26.9 QBR that you just look at and you're like, if that was better, That would really put our offense over the edge because we only scored 28 points to Law Tech, and we probably should have put up a little more than that. But that's my general quick takeaway.
I mean, 2 touchdowns. I did mention one of Heinrich's touchdowns got taken off the board, and then one of Anthony Grant's as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, those are both rushing touchdown. Didn't really touch on the passing, which I definitely agree with you, buddy. Only 3 receivers got receptions. Billy Kempen with 5 receptions for 62. Fedoni 1 receptions that was a touchdown, and then Bullock with 1 reception, and Anthony Grant. But those are the only guys that caught the ball. I know Marcus Washington was targeted a few times. He dropped one, which would have been a crucial first down in the first half. And then who's the other guy I wanted to say? Tommy Hill had some targets to him down the field, who Matt Rule absolutely loves. Tommy Hill, a guy that can play both ways, was supposed to start defensive back for us this year, got injured. Omar Brown took a spot. So now we're just trying to get Tommy Hill on the field, and we're giving him targets. But yeah, Heinrich, I love this guy. Don't get me wrong. I love the way the kid runs, and he lowers his shoulder and he never slides. He plays Nebraska football. But there's just a thing, and I don't know if he's getting, he's not getting much help from the offensive line. I mentioned Marcus Washington drop a pass.
What do you think is so Coach Rules basically said that in the conference that him and Jeff Sims do basically the same thing, really. We play the number 2 team in the nation next week. Who do you want to start at?
This is tough, man. I mean, we look at Sims and Haarberg combined, and granted, Haarberg played NIU and Louisiana Tech, but I mean, them right now, it's pretty even. Heinrich has 24 completions, Jeff Sims 20 completions, and I mean, 4 touchdowns for Heinrich, 1 for Sims, 4 interceptions for Sims. I mean, Jeff Sims, is he the better athlete? Does he have more big game experience? Yes. But I mean, buddy, I think that we're rolling with Heinrich.
I think we're putting out the Kearney Catholic kid.
I mean, call me a sucker for Nebraska kids, but I am, dude. And this was a good point that, Matt Rule said in his press conference today. He goes, everybody right now loves Heinrich, but when you're the starting quarterback for Nebraska, there's going to be a game where you fuck up and it's going to be all on you. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we're in the honeymoon phase with Heinrich right now. And Jeff Sims, we had none of that with him, except for preseason. He fucked up first 2 games.
Yeah.
8 turnovers. So that's kind of hard. And then is Sims still 100%? We saw him hit on one play and they ran it, and then he hobbled off the field with his ankle. So, I mean, if the numbers are pretty much the same, Heinrich has less turnovers and he's 100%. I feel like we go with Heinrich, bro. We go with Mr. Himberg.
Well, like you said, though, Heinrich did get banged up, so we might get Chubba time. We might get some Chubba.
The bang up on Heinrich, I think, was more of, it's the end of the game.
Sitting
He's going to get banged up the way he runs the football.
Yeah, like sitting down after playing a bunch and getting all locked up a little bit, an hour
and
wait.
45 minutes after, and it's like, all right, I mean, I could go, but,
what's the point? Kind of, we did our job.
Exactly.
We did end up rushing for, what was it, 313 this weekend?
Yeah, and minus those, it would have been almost damn near 400 yards. And we're still the 5th or 6th highest rushing team in the nation?
6th in the nation and 234 yards a game.
234.
First in the Big Ten.
First in the Big Ten, dude. We're playing Big Ten football, man. Nebraska's playing old school Nebraska football. Give me the fullback in there. Give me 2 tight ends. A lot of 2 tight end set, which I love. And talking about the pass, I mean, that's not this team's identity. This team, we're run the ball first. We're run the damn ball, and that's what all these Cornhuskers wanted. So that's what Matt Rule's given us. But almost with no passing threat, we need something there, man. We really do need to create a spark, because teams like Michigan, who has one of the best defenses in the country, they're the number 2 team in the nation. we're not going to have two 70-yard option plays for touchdowns against Michigan, man.
No,
You know,
they're gonna load the box.
they're going to fill the gaps, and fucking by golly, Turner Corcoran's going to get put on his ass. You know, that's the thing too, man, is this offensive line. This offensive line kind of figured it out. Right side, I have no qualms with the right side and Ben Squat, but Piper and Corcoran, I'm a broken record. I said it last week, but if there's a sack, you watch the replay, and it's number 69 who lets his guy through. And Aaron, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it.
I
God,
feel
it
it.
pisses me off.
Tell him, talk your shit, Ed.
It pisses me off, dude. I don't know what the fuck corner Turner Corcoran needs to do, but Michigan's gonna look at the film and they're gonna say, "Hey,
Yeah,
big 6'9", fucking put him on his ass every play." They're gonna fucking send the house.
right,
They're gonna fucking come with their dicks hard on that left side, dude.
right.
I just
The only other thing about the offense, really, or the general play of Nebraska this week, because we played hard ass defense. I just wish our time of possession would have been more like 35 plus minutes. Not we ended up with 30, 31, 58.
yeah. I mean, a slow start. We only scored 7 points in the first half.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
unacceptable.
no, especially we got to start fast next week against Michigan, dude. We got to start fast. We got to get points on the board first. This isn't a team that we're going to be able to come from behind from. Yeah, and then rushing, to talk about that quick here. I mean, it was the Heinrich and Anthony Grant show. Anthony Grant, 22 carries, 135 yards. Emmett Johnson, a guy that we maybe would have thought we saw a little more, only 2 carries for 6 yards, did come in on some pass protection plays. But yeah, man, I mean, we got to keep, that's the other thing is we got to keep Anthony Grant healthy. If we're not passing the ball and giving Anthony Grant 20 plus carries a game, he's going to get worn out, dude. And injuries happen. Injuries happen to our top 2 running backs. So, and Grant's not immune to that, you know?
Right. Yeah, it really comes down to the threat and the air raid when we need to use it. And we just I don't know, dude. And then the thing is since I'm like there at the game, you can speak more on this, Eddie, is like, is it the play calling? Is it the receivers not getting open? Is it like the wrong kind of momentum deal? What's your opinion on that part?
I think maybe some of the biggest stuff is not necessarily play calling. Marcus Satterfield's in a bind when your offensive line can't hold these guys for a long time. And then when you do dial up plays and Marcus Washington drops it and it would have been great, we definitely got to help out a young quarterback, you know. It's his first 2 games out in Memorial, and that's something that we got to help out. Do you think that, granted, Sims has 4 interceptions, but if we want to pass the ball better, is he the guy that we would want to use?
You're saying Sims compared to Heinrich?
Yeah, passing wise.
I feel like Heinrich can get the fucking job done. I don't know, because he has some passes where you're like, that was a good pass. And then there's all those other ones where you're like, what the fuck was that? So
Yeah,
it's just kind of making it simple. I think one thing that we lack in the passing game is explosiveness. Like we can get some shit in the flats and we can kind of get the ball moving every now and then, but there's really no like that touchdown to Fedoni, the 29-yard touchdown. That was an explosive play that I was like, wow, I'm surprised that happened. That worked out. That was sick.
dude went up and got that ball, man.
Right.
Yoni is a massive human being. Insane. 3 or 1 touchdown reception for 3 straight games. First tight end since Mike McNeil, and that was the Bo Pelini era. So that's pretty cool. Thomas Fedoni doing his thing. But yeah, I mean, Fedoni, who's a tight end, is probably our biggest weapon on offense, and Billy Kemp.
Billy Camp, yeah.
And Billy Kemp's not really, a run down the sideline type guy. That's more somebody we see about from Marcus Washington or Alex Bullock, but those guys aren't, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We don't have as many playmakers, no Xavier Betts, of course, no Trey Palmer. So that part about the offense is pretty tough, man. And I do think that Heinrich can do it. What I like about him compared to Sims is he's not forcing things, his eyes do move about the field a lot more. He's picking, he doesn't have a targeted guy that he's going to throw to before the snap. He's moving around and trying to choose the best receiver. And then when he does throw it deep, it's not short so that the receiver can, or the defender can grab it. It's long so that, it's just an incomplete pass.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, with this rush defense that Michigan has, this pass defense, it's going to be really tough, to get the ball out deep and give Heinrich time. And is just my prediction what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We might see a lot of sacks.
Yeah, that's another thing. Anything else you want to add about the offense? Because I kind of want to get into the black shirt defense here.
I think let's switch over to those black shirts.
So that 0 sacks. I was in the game and I was looking around and I was talking to the folks next to me. I was like, have we got a fucking sack yet? I don't think we have. And then I realized I was thinking about it so much. And I think I was thinking about it so much to the point where I helped them not get a sack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't rush too much, got a lot less blitzes this game. And this isn't my take. This is what I saw something off of Twitter, but Coronation, the guy who, during that Minnesota game said, there is no hope. Fuck everything. Go Big Red. You know that old dude?
Yeah.
He's a dog. But anyways, what he said is that no sacks. And he goes, yeah, because we didn't blitz as much because how many screenplays did we see to the side to that number 6 smoke guy? I think that's what we were worried about more about getting guys out to the outside and containing that screen rather than, because a screenplay, it takes 1 second to throw the ball out there. You're not going to get to the quarterback in 1 second, no matter how many guys you rush. So it was more of, that was part of our game plan, I think. Maybe going in or after they started doing all those screens, knowing that we're not going to get.
And they probably knew that too, because they weren't really, they had 21 carries, but they had 21 carries, but also 27 passes. That's actually a lot more even than I would have expected, but we held them to 46-yard rushing. They probably knew that too. They're like, all right, Nebraska's defense, we got to start fucking throwing this shit outside and trying to get some yards, because running it up against Nebraska, we ain't going to get shit because it's the defense.
And then they still didn't get shit.
Exactly.
They didn't get shit, bro. Malcolm Hartzog, Omar Brown, Deshaun Singleton. Did you see the Deshaun Singleton hit?
No, I don't know. It's all fuzz now in my head, bro.
Oh, dude. You watch it on Twitter, you'll see it. But just an absolute textbook coming down, safety, freaking fire, lights a guy up. It's just black shirt football, something you love to see. Yeah, absolutely knocked the wind out of him. Fucking teeth came flying. But yeah, no sacks. We're still one of the highest teams in the nation with sacks. And we still only allowed them for 46 rush yards. So without blitzing a lot of guys and without, going in getting sacks, defense didn't play too bad. And you said that, I remember we talked to each other after the game and I said, yeah, defense fucking sucked because of that no sack stat. But looking back on it, I don't think that.
Yeah. Like, in the vibe in the stadium was like, our defense is going to stop them and we're going to get the fucking ball back. Like, every time we were on defense, I was like, we're getting the ball back. And this is another situation like last week, how NIU scored some bullshit points at the end of the game. La Tech did the same shit after the break. We're like fucking all tired and cold and shit. And then they go down and score. I'm like, damn, that sucks. That pisses me off.
Yeah. Just a little stat breaker there, I guess, is what you want to call it.
Yeah, because the spread was 20.5, and then it went from 21 to 14.
Dude, the sun is so
it really is.
I don't even have these are I left my glasses at work, so I just have
I've noticed that.
It's so bright. And
this is a good point to tell the folks to go watch YouTube and subscribe. We need more subscribers and see Ed in his nice glasses.
Yeah, I'm freaking getting, at least it's the air show this weekend, Aaron. So earlier there was freaking jets just steaming down. You know how loud that gets. If I was trying to talk, it would have been like.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, man, this defense, not bad.
No,
not bad. Not great. Still no turnovers. And then special teams,
Yeah.
not good. Tristan Alvano
Yeah.
misses a field goal. Timmy Bleekrode does get that nice, sexy little what do you call it? Fake field goal. That
Yeah,
was
that was sexy. And there's a sick clip on Husker football on Instagram where they slowed motion it down. It looks like an 8K camera and he's like smiling while he's doing it.
yeah.
Oh, that
I
was
saw
sick.
that.
But that's another thing about the offense that's another 7 points that we like that should have been 3 without some fuckery. Like our offense got stopped in the red zone. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. It did. It did.
But then we scored.
Yeah. So I mean, I do think that this team definitely needs some things to figure out, man. Definitely needs some things to figure out. We're playing Michigan this Saturday, 12:30, same time game, 2:30 Central Time, 12:30 my time. Michigan is the number 2 team in the nation. They're 4-0, bud. But we look at these guys' schedule, and so far this year, really, like we talked about their defense, great defense, but East Carolina, UNLV, Bowling Green, and Rutgers, and not scoring more than 35 points in any of those games.
Mm-hmm.
Also, not allowing no more of those teams more than a touchdown. So pretty interesting. I mean, I think that Matt Rule said today in the press conference that Michigan is kind of almost a good blueprint for what this Nebraska team wants to be. Ground and pound, run the football first, great defense. Just really a hard-nosed football team, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hard-nosed football team is what Michigan is. That's what Nebraska is going up against this week. Aaron, what do you think, bud?
Keys to the game.
We win. Nebraska wins.
Well, yeah, we're gonna win the game. Yeah. But the keys to the game is obviously just gonna be containing their offense as much as possible, because they're like, we're not gonna score a fuck ton of points. And so we just need to make sure our black shirt defense shows the fuck up and then have our explosive plays and when it happens on offense.
Yeah. And I think that, the talent that Michigan has, JJ McCarthy has 900 yards passing so far. So, I mean, we're talking about how good the rushing team is, but they're not bad at passing the football. They got weapons out there. Colston Loveland is their tight end. They got Donovan, what's his fucking name? I was just looking it up. Bell or something. They got guys. They got guys on the outside that can make plays, and it's going to be a real test for our secondary. Something that I didn't really like last week was there was a lot of holes, man. A lot of holes.
Yeah. That's been a trend all year. Yeah.
Yeah. So these guys need to figure it out. I think, especially, I don't think that our box, those 3 guys up front doing a spectacular job. And Malcolm Hartzog and Omar Brown make plays. Don't get me wrong, but there's just when those linebackers drop into pass coverage over the middle, I'm seeing a lot of, passes, 10, 15-yard gains. That's a first down for the team. And Michigan, they'll see that and they'll do that all damn game, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even need to run the ball. So
with their big ass tight ends and shit. Their big ass
offensive
line.
Tight ends and shit. Right. What was I gonna say?
What were you gonna say? I don't know. Sorry, Ed.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about how we're gonna win this freaking football game, dude. Bussin' Bowl.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be there. It's the Bussin' Bowl and the Barstool Sports, like Portnoy and all those boys are gonna be in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Who you going with?
I'm going with Mackenzie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And my parents will be there. I'm gonna get rowdy.
Hell yeah, dude. Freaking that's gonna be sick. Aaron, this game, I think keys to the game for me are, start off fast. We're gonna need some big plays passing wise and just be able to, when we need to, a 2nd and 10, a situation we don't want to get in is, be able to pass and get 7-8 yards to make it easy for an easy third down. Mm-hmm. Not getting stuck back there. I mean, at third down, even against Louisiana Tech, man, we were 3 for 11. What were we third down? I have it written down somewhere here.
Yeah, you did. 3 for
Three
11
for
on third
11 on
downs.
third down.
Yep.
So, dude, that's not good.
And I think we were something bad like that last week too.
Yeah. Third down is a struggle for this offense. And so, be able to freaking make plays on second and long, get us in a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 situation so that we can get more third down conversions. This team, this defense, I'm scared of them. I mean, we're going to win. Yeah, bless you.
Thank you, bro.
Bless the Huskers. But it's going to be an interesting game, man.
Michigan is allowing 5.8 points a game so far this year. What do you think the Cornhuskers are going to score?
We got to keep it low, man. The spread's 17, right?
Yeah, something like that.
17. I think the over-under is 48 or something.
I have 40. I have spreads 18 and the over-under's 40.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna need to keep it low, man.
Yeah.
How many points does the Big Red score against Michigan? 17. Game-winning field goal. Nebraska wins 14-17.
I like that.
That's the score of the game. You fucking mark my words and you write this down in your history books.
I'll write it down right now.
17-14. Or Haarberg, 1 rushing touchdown. Anthony Grant, 1 rushing touchdown. It's going to be a ground and pound football game.
I'm going to say 2014 just because you already said 17-14.
Right. Well, with that being said, scary one coming up. But you know what? I love scary movies.
Hey, the scariest movies is when you don't even know the killer is the person you least expected it.
The whole nation thought that the Wolverines were the ones who slaughtered them. However, the Cornhuskers at home proved the nation wrong and slit the throats of the 120 Wolverine men from Ann Arbor. Nebraska wins 14-17. It's the scariest fucking movie you've seen in 30 years. Clip that.
Yep, clip that.
All right, let's get into picks, baby. This sun, I fucking hate it. Oh my god. Let me try to close this door, dude. Go ahead, picks. Start them off.
Picks in the first game, best game of the week. Michigan at Nebraska. We already said the spread. Michigan's favored by 18 points. Over-unders 40. I have Nebraska with the points plus 18. And I also think it'll be the under, but I have plus 18 as my pick.
You got plus 18 for the Screws, Aaron. I mean, guess what? I do too.
Lovely. Next game is going to be Michigan State at Iowa. Iowa just got their ass kicked, but they're 11.5 point favorites. Over-unders 35.5. What do you got, Ed?
Michigan State at Iowa. I mean, dude, you know what? I didn't see this game on the Barstool Sportsbook, but that doesn't matter. I think that Iowa gets plus minus 11.5.
Wow, Eddie, that's
really
unlike you. Talk about that if you want to.
I know. I do think that because, just a huge fucking choke from Iowa there. But Penn State is a good football team. Better than a lot of people, better than a lot of them they're getting credit for. And Michigan State, just all the controversy there. Iowa covers the spread.
I think that Iowa's offense is still god awful and they're not going to score that many points. Their defense is great, but I have the under 35.5 points. I have the under of that. That's scary, but I'm doing it. Iowa football.
Okay.
Next game, Penn State minus 26 points at Northwestern. Over-unders 46.5.
A team that beat Minnesota in overtime last week. Just how much this Northwestern just loves making us look bad, huh?
Yeah, they do.
That's one of their favorite things to do is, we almost beat Minnesota. Well, Minnesota lost to Northwestern. Fuck me. That being said, Penn State covers the spread 26.5.
I love that you have that because that's what I have too.
All right.
Perfect. Next game, Louisiana at Minnesota, the team we were just talking about. Minnesota is favored by 12.5 point over under 47.5.
What do you got, Aaron?
I have the over.
You have the over 47.5.
Yeah, for some reason that was calling my name.
Who even is Louisiana, dude? What's their mascot?
I think they're like the Lafayettes, aren't they, or some shit?
The Raging Cajuns?
Yeah, that sounds more accurate. Yeah.
All right. I have Minnesota covering 12.5. They're pissed off. PJ Fleck is going to give these guys a few more acronyms this weekend.
Yep.
And that's going to take them to the moon. It's going to be piss. Please instill success so I don't get fired. Piss.
Nice. I like that. I have the over 47.5.
All right, right on.
Next
Next
game, Indiana at Maryland. Maryland's favored 14 points, over unders 50. I have Maryland with the points 14.
I do too, man. Another team that I don't think people are giving enough credit to where it's due. Maryland's a good team. Indiana just barely beat Akron this past Saturday. So Maryland plus 14.5. They got a freaking Tagovailoa on their team.
And Maryland just scores points. I think I've bet on them like every week and they cover every time. Next game, Illinois at Purdue. This is a pick 'em. I have a pick 'em. Over unders 53.5.
I got the under on this one.
Okay. Nice.
Big Ten football.
That is a good one. I'm going Purdue just simply because it's at Purdue. I think it's a night game, so I'm going with the Boilermakers. Boil up.
Are we off our Illinois Big Ten West?
Yeah, I'm officially over Illinois, bro. I've been at Illinois. I was on their bandwagon with Maryland since the start of the year, and every week I've been bet on Illinois, and every fucking week I lose, and so now I'm officially fuck Illinois.
Yeah, that I was like, I almost like Illinois again for some reason, but I'm not betting on them. Give me the under 53.5.
Yeah. We'll start with the SEC. I went with the Florida game, Florida at Kentucky. I'm going with the under 46.5. I'm feeling like we're gonna have some defense.
Under 46.5. I went with that game as well, Aaron. But I have +3 Florida.
I liked that one too.
Don't ask me why.
I kind of like that one too. I thought that for a second as well. Big 12. I went with Cincy at BYU. I have BYU -2.5.
Cincy it's at BYU.
It's at BYU.
You know those Mormons get that place rocking, dude.
Mhm.
They get hyped up on the Mountain Dew. There's no fireball in their system. Nuh-uh. It's Mountain Dew, baby. And you
all
know
they're thinking about is soaking.
Yes. It's gonna be Soak Fest in Provo Saturday night. Quarterback gets soaked. Everybody's getting soaked. I like that.
Thank you.
I have Washington at Arizona. You know my guys, UW. Michael Penix -18.
Oh, that's for the Pac-12 game.
Oh, you did Big 12. I'm sorry. Big 12. Okay, anyways, Pac-12, I have -18 Washington. Big 12, let me go to that really quick. Baylor, UCF. I have UCF -11.5. Is that even UCF?
Central Florida?
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the schedule right now. Do we go look quick?
I can't read my own.
But just to go with my Pac-12 one quick, I actually also had Washington -18. So
dude, you're hopping on my train, bud.
I have been the last couple of weeks, and I hated that I did that because I know that you like have been on them. So I hate to hop on that with you, but I am.
Yeah,
Baylor at UCF. Yep.
Yeah, -11.5. I think UCF can beat Baylor by 2 touchdowns.
Awesome. Last one, ACC. I got Louisville -3.5 at NC State. I've also kind of been on Louisville this year.
You like Louisville?
Uh-huh.
Jeff Brown, good coach football team. I got Pitt at Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech's actually the underdog in this one, but I got them +2.5 against Pitt. Virginia Tech playing in their own stadium, a low spread like that. I don't even think that they think that Vegas fucked up on this one. I
You
think they
really?
were supposed to do -2.5 Virginia Tech. They entered it in. The computer's wrong. That being said, +2.5 Virginia Tech.
I looked at that game too. And I thought about doing Pitt, but I didn't have the balls.
Yeah.
Any other games you want to highlight here, Ed, before we log off?
Not as good as the weekend as last one. I mean, that this past weekend, that there were some pretty sick freaking games, man.
USC at Colorado. That'll be a good one. USC is favored by 21.5
Ooh,
points.
It's not gonna be a good one.
Kansas at Texas. That'll be good to ranked matchup there. Just, those are just teams you like to see play. Iowa State at Oklahoma. Iowa State's at Oklahoma's number of the past couple years every now and then. Notre Dame at Duke. It'll be a good weekend of football, but I'm ready to see Nebraska take down the number 2 team in the nation. And when we do, Eddie, I'm taking that field goal post and I'm taking it to the fucking river, bud.
Yeah, I think Nebraska does storm the field if we win this game.
Yes, and I'll be on the field.
Number 2 team in the country when we haven't beat a fucking top 10 team in God knows when.
Yeah.
It's set up for it, man.
The only thing that could make this better is if it was a night game. If it was a night game, dude, the place would be a madhouse.
Yeah. I mean, if we would have beat Colorado and Minnesota, then it definitely would have been.
Yeah. Dude, I still think about that Minnesota game. We should have won that for sure. The Colorado game, I'll give up. It's like, all right, we fucking sucked against them, but we really should have beat Minnesota. 3-1 is a lot better than 2-2.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
But it doesn't matter. We're Husker Hype Radio. We have another week to prove it. Go follow us on every social media at Husker Hype Radio.
Yeah, guys, bleed red, shit corn, go big red. As always, Aaron and Ed signing out. We love ya. Peace.
Go Big Red.